Hello, it's David at Autobunker. You join me at the Birmingham NEC, camera around the neck, and I'm here at the NEC Classic Show. I'm going to bring you some of my highlights from the day, some of the cool cars that caught my attention, perhaps a few offbeat choices. So stay tuned and have a look round the halls with me, and we'll find some awesome cars for this channel. Thanks for watching. I'm starting in the furthest area of the hall with the Dream Rides area, organised by the Sporting Bears charity, who for a small donation will take you on a 10-minute ride in one of these dream cars. Does it get any more American than that Dodge Ram squeaking round on the tarmac at 2 miles an hour? Great to see and a brilliant charity. For me, the backbone of the show is two things, the club stands and the dealer stands. What's not to love about the Maserati Owners Club with some great 70s and 80s cars and some super Ferrari convertibles on display as well. Lovely stuff. The BMW Owners Club had focused on Alpinas, which were just stunning, right next door to De Tomaso's and the Morgan stand as well, with loads of interesting cars. There were several lovely Tomcats on the Rover Owners stand, and I was reliving my childhood memories of the Rover 200. Our family had 3 of these, and I used to think that when I was learning to drive, I was Russ Swift pulling handbrake turns on private ground, obviously. In a world of boring electric monoboxes, it was great to see some of the metal on the classic American stand. Some really quirky and interesting designs. I just love it. It was great to talk nerdy detail as well with the Mustang Owners Club about the Boss 302 when it was produced alongside the Ford Mustang Mach-1 of the same era. The dealer stands make up such a big part of the show as well. There seem to be quite a few sold cars already on the Friday, maybe just a clever sales tactic. Kim Cairns has some Autobunker favourites, a 993 Carrera 4, a very pretty 928, and the Sharp-Nosed 6 Series, very cool. So, top nerdy interesting fact, I am stood by an Aston Martin DB7 Volante, and when Aston Martin were owned by Ford back in the 90s, I was an engineering student, and they had complaints that the cars were getting broken into, and the glass was being broken, but the alarm wasn't going off. The glass brake sensor was located behind the rear seat, and I engineered, trying to get the camera to work, a small grille just there that allowed the ultrasound to travel through the leather, which filtered out all the ultrasound, and then the alarm went off. So that was my major contribution to the engineering of the DB7, was to make a hole in the back seat and fit a little grille so the alarm would go off. Nerdy car facts, whatever we're up to, but that was my contribution to Aston Martin engineering in the 90s. There was a very high number of Volvo estates for sale. We need a new Autobunker family wagon soon. Maybe a facelift V70R should be on the list. This Defender 50th anniversary edition really caught my eye. My friend's dad had one of these when we were 18, and we used to take it all around the country on hiking adventures. It was bonkers and brilliant at the same time, totally useless for security, because all you had to do to get in it was unzip the canvas sides at the rear. A major part of the show is the iconic auctioneers area, where all of the cars are up for sale during the weekend. You have to pay extra to get in this bit, and I'll leave the walk-around tours in detail to the likes of Harry Metcalf and Johnny Smith, but there were some very special cars in this bit. I absolutely loved the merch stalls at these shows. These 50s inspired Grand Prix cars were brilliant, not to mention the motoring leg, ends, socks, very funny. Unfortunately, I didn't have a spare £2,000 for this beautifully made DeLorean model. It would look good on the shelves behind the Autobunker desk at HQ though. I was very impressed by these Relux Android and Apple CarPlay stereos that go into a standard DIN slot and look perfect in older classic cars. And you can't call it a classic car show without some garden furniture to buy. Standard. There were plenty of Japanese cars at the show, but kudos to them for the best way of displaying convertibles. This Honda S2000 looked brilliant, and the Mazda MX-5 with the folding roof half up looked cool as well. Is this me being grumpy? But I would prefer it if classic car owners didn't put teddies and trophies and all the rest of it on display. I want to see the car, not all that junk. My favourite part of the show was the Lancaster Insurance Pride of Ownership stand, an area that celebrated the joy of ownership and driving these cars, and they didn't have to be multi-million-pound classics. That was certainly the case for the owner of the Citroën Berlingo van, and where else would you find a Peugeot 205 GTI dimmer parked next to a very special customised Volkswagen Beetle, all next to a Sunbeam Rapier, a brilliant eclectic mix of cars. Fair play to anybody that can put a mirror under their car to show it off. That would never be the case for one of mine though. The priority is to drive them, enjoy them. even if the weather's bad. Speaking of driving enjoyment, there were several kit car manufacturers there as well. MK kindly let me try one of theirs on for size. They're based in Braintree, and MV were there with their Exorcist. Both of these kits are based on the MX-5, the sign of the times. It all used to be Sierras. My final highlight is this 1926 Packard with a skiff body built by a boat builder based on the River Trent. What an absolutely beautiful thing, and a very special bit of craftsmanship. There can't possibly be a more literal interpretation of the boat tail styling brief. Love it.
Oh, what a great day. I was mistakenly labouring under the impression that the Friday might be the quieter day, but no, lots of people took the day off and made it here to make it a really special event. It's been a bit tricky to film around the cars as a result, but hopefully I've managed to bring you a flavour of what's been happening at the show and some of my highlights. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.